The starship Odyssey glided silently through the black expanse of space, its sleek silver frame reflecting the distant glimmers of countless stars. Inside, the crew worked quietly, each member focused on their duties. Captain Elena Voss, a tall woman with sharp eyes and calm authority, stood on the bridge scanning the readings on the main console. Humanity had made great strides in exploring the galaxy, but this mission was different. They were venturing into an uncharted star system, a place that no human had ever seen before. "Captain," said Lieutenant Arjun Mehta, the ship's navigator, pointing at a blinking signal on the screen. "We are receiving a message. It's unusual, not in any known human language." Elena frowned and stepped closer. "Play it," she said. The message crackled through the ship's speakers. A voice smooth and commanding filled the bridge. "Humans, you are invited. Come to the Hall of the Alien Queen. Your presence is requested, or else consequences may follow." The crew exchanged nervous glances. The Odyssey had encountered alien signals before, but never an invitation from a ruler, and certainly never one that carried a warning. "Or else consequences may follow," Elena repeated quietly. Her mind raced. This was dangerous, but the signal also offered an incredible opportunity to meet an alien queen, to witness her technology. It was a chance that could change humanity's place in the galaxy. "Set a course," she ordered. "We'll go, but prepare for anything. Shields up, weapons on standby." The ship adjusted its trajectory, heading toward a massive object on the edge of the star system. As they approached, the crew gasped. The structure they saw was unlike anything built by humans. It was a colossal space station, shimmering with colors that no human eye had names for. Its towers twisted like crystal spires, and fields of floating gardens hovered around it. Ships of all shapes and sizes moved gracefully through the station's docking bays. "Beautiful," whispered Ensign Lila Torres, the youngest member of the crew, "but intimidating." Docking was smooth thanks to advanced autopilot, but the feeling of awe remained. When the airlock opened, the crew stepped into a hall filled with light that seemed to come from everywhere at once. The walls shimmered like liquid glass, and the floor reflected everything above it perfectly. The smell was sweet, almost floral, but completely alien. A figure appeared at the far end of the hall. She was tall, regal, and unlike anything the crew had imagined. Her skin was pale with a soft glow, her eyes deep and intelligent, and her robes shimmered like the surface of a star. Every movement she made seemed deliberate, graceful, commanding attention without effort. This was the alien queen. "Welcome, humans," she said, her voice echoing in their minds as well as their ears. "I am Queen Aerolith, ruler of the Erythian Empire. You have traveled far to reach me, and now you must satisfy me." The words caused a stir. "Satisfy her?" whispered Arjun, confused. Elena stepped forward, keeping her voice calm. "Your Majesty, we are willing to cooperate, but could you explain what you mean by satisfy?" The queen smiled, a slow and curious gesture. "I am not speaking of food or comfort or desires you humans might imagine. I speak of curiosity. I wish to understand humans. I wish to see your courage, your intelligence, and your creativity. You must prove yourselves worthy of my attention." The crew relaxed slightly, though tension remained. This was still a test, and failure could have unknown consequences. But the queen's words also presented a challenge, one that humanity might actually meet. "We understand," said Elena. "We will do our best to satisfy your curiosity." The queen gestured, and 3 floating orbs appeared around the humans. Each orb contained a glowing scene shifting and changing. "These are your trials," she said. "Each one will test a different part of your humanity. Solve them and you may leave this place with honor. Fail and you will remain here until you can satisfy me." The first orb glowed brighter, showing a complex alien machine, moving and changing like a puzzle. "This is a test of ingenuity," the queen explained. "Your scientists and engineers must understand it and make it work." The second orb displayed a holographic battlefield. Robotic creatures moved swiftly, attacking invisible targets. "This is a test of bravery. You must navigate the dangers, protect yourselves, and protect others who are at risk." The third orb projected scenes of alien disputes, groups of creatures arguing fiercely and unable to reach agreement. "This is a test of compassion. You must show leadership, understanding, and empathy to resolve conflict." The humans looked at each other. It was daunting, but the opportunity was extraordinary. If they succeeded, they could prove that humans were more than just another species in the galaxy. They could show that human ingenuity, courage, and morality were unmatched. Elena took a deep breath. "We will take these trials, Your Majesty, but we may need time to understand them." The Queen inclined her head. "Time is yours, human. But know this, I watch. Every decision, every action. Do not waste the chance you have been given." The humans were escorted to a preparation chamber, a vast space filled with equipment both familiar and alien. Screens displayed rotating models of alien machinery, while holograms of battle simulations moved across the walls. It was overwhelming at first, but each member of the crew felt a spark of excitement. They were about to test themselves in ways no human had ever done before. As the humans studied the first orb, Ensign Lila whispered, "It's impossible. Look at all these moving parts. None of it makes sense to me." "Impossible is not in our vocabulary," Elena replied firmly. "We'll study it, break it down, and figure it out." "That's what humans do," Lieutenant Arjun added. "We also have each other. Every problem has a solution if we work together." Over the next hours, the crew worked tirelessly. Engineers and scientists examined the alien machine, tracing circuits and patterns, testing components. Slowly, understanding began to emerge. It was not just a machine. It was a puzzle designed to challenge thought in ways no human technology had. But the humans adapted, using their logic and intuition to manipulate the machine. Meanwhile, Elena reviewed the battlefield simulation, analyzing the movement of robotic creatures. She devised strategies for avoidance and defense, emphasizing teamwork and protecting weaker teammates. Every step tested their courage, forcing them to make split-second decisions under pressure. At the same time, Lila and other crew members studied the disputes among alien species. They listened to arguments, asked questions, and tried to understand each perspective. They mediated conversations, proposed compromises, and gradually guided the alien groups toward resolution. Days passed. The humans grew tired, but they also grew stronger in their understanding of alien ways. Their creativity, courage, and empathy were tested beyond anything they had experienced on Earth. And all the while, the Queen watched, silent but observant, her interest growing with each human success. Finally, Captain Elena stood before the Queen once more. The trials were not complete, but progress was clear. "Your Majesty," she said, "we have done our best to understand your challenges. We are ready for whatever comes next." The Queen regarded them with deep, thoughtful eyes. "Impressive, humans. You have already shown qualities that many species never achieve. Curiosity, courage, and compassion. You have these in abundance. But the ultimate test awaits, one that will define whether humanity is truly remarkable." The crew exchanged glances, a mixture of fear and determination. The ultimate test. Whatever it was, they knew it would push them to the limits of their skill and spirit. But they also knew that humans had something no other species could match: resilience, ingenuity, and the will to survive. As the Queen turned and gestured toward the glowing corridor leading deeper into the station, Elena felt a spark of excitement. This was only the beginning. Humanity had arrived in the presence of an alien queen, and their journey was just beginning. Whatever the Queen demanded next, they would face it together, and they would show that humans were not easily defeated. The lights of the hall shimmered like 1,000 stars, reflecting the determination in every human eye. The Odyssey crew stepped forward, ready to face the unknown, knowing that their courage and cleverness would be their greatest weapons. For the first time, humans were not just explorers. They were challengers, inventors, and heroes in the making. And the alien queen was about to witness just how extraordinary humanity could be. The corridor beyond the hall of the alien queen shimmered like liquid silver. Captain Elena Voss led her crew cautiously, the soft hum of the station's energy surrounding them. Every step they took was measured, every glance alert. The humans had faced challenges before, but nothing like what awaited them now. The Queen's voice echoed around them, calm and commanding. "These trials will show what humans are truly capable of. You will face 3 tests: ingenuity, bravery, and compassion. Each must be completed. Fail one, and you will remain in my service until you succeed." The crew exchanged tense looks, but no one spoke. Each understood the stakes. Humanity's reputation and perhaps their freedom depended on their success. The first chamber opened, revealing a massive, intricate machine that seemed to defy logic. Gears rotated in impossible patterns, glowing lines crisscrossed its surface, and parts moved as if guided by a mind of their own. This was the test of ingenuity. Engineer Mikhail Kwan stepped forward, his fingers tracing the patterns on the console. "I've seen complex machines before," he muttered, "but this is beyond anything we've ever encountered." Elena nodded. "We don't have the choice to be intimidated. Let's break it down piece by piece. Observe first, then act. Humans are good at solving problems others consider impossible." The crew spread out, analyzing the alien device from every angle. They mapped patterns, tested small interactions, and debated possibilities. Slowly, a plan began to form. "Look at this section," said Mikhail, pointing to a cluster of rotating gears. "If we align them with the pulsing lights here, we might trigger the central mechanism." "Try it carefully," Elena instructed. "Remember, failure could be catastrophic." Mikhail adjusted the gears. The machine whirred, lights flickering, then stabilized. A portion of the machine extended outward, revealing another puzzle within it. The crew worked tirelessly, combining logic, intuition, and creativity. Hours passed, but gradually, the impossible machine began to respond to their solutions. Meanwhile, the Queen observed silently, her glowing eyes following every move. A faint smile appeared on her lips. Humans were clever, adapting quickly to challenges she had expected to baffle them. Once the ingenuity test showed significant progress, the crew was escorted to the next chamber, the arena of bravery. This chamber was vast, filled with obstacles and moving machinery. Holographic enemies appeared, robotic creatures designed to test their reflexes, strategy, and courage. Some resembled giant serpents, others large armored beasts. Their attacks were swift, relentless, and precise. Elena took a deep breath. "Remember, this is about teamwork as much as courage. Protect each other, make quick decisions, and think ahead. That's how humans survive and win." The crew advanced carefully, analyzing the movements of their holographic opponents. When an attack came, they dodged, countered, and guided one another. Lieutenant Arjun Mehta led small squads through the toughest parts of the simulation, showing the importance of trust and coordination. A particularly dangerous section forced the humans to cross a narrow bridge suspended above a pit, filled with swirling energy. The robotic creatures attacked relentlessly. Some crew members faltered, but Elena moved to reassure them. "Focus," she called out, "step by step. Trust your instincts. You are stronger together than alone." Slowly but steadily, the crew crossed the bridge, saving one another from virtual destruction multiple times. Their bravery and teamwork shone in every action. They weren't just surviving, they were excelling. As the final holographic enemy fell, the Queen's voice echoed. "Impressive, humans. You show courage beyond what I anticipated. Few species could face such danger and remain composed, but courage alone is not enough." The crew, tired but determined, was guided to the final test. Compassion. This chamber was quieter but no less challenging. Holographic projections displayed groups of alien species arguing fiercely. Some creatures were frightened, others angry, and some resentful. The task was simple in words but complicated in practice. Resolve the disputes without violence, deception, or force. Lila Torres stepped forward, her voice gentle but firm. "We need to understand their perspectives. Listen first, then speak." The humans separated into small teams, engaging with the aliens. They asked questions, learned their histories, and offered solutions that considered everyone's needs. At first, the aliens were skeptical. They had never seen humans approach problems this way, without intimidation but with patience and care. Over time, conflicts began to ease. A furious debate over resources became a collaboration to share them efficiently. Fearful creatures began to trust humans enough to speak openly. Elena watched her crew guide the aliens, their compassion and leadership turning tension into harmony. Mikhail Kwan observed quietly. "We're not just solving disputes. We're showing them that humans can work together, think creatively, and care for others. That's what makes us remarkable." Even the Queen seemed intrigued, her glowing eyes following every human decision. "Curious," she murmured. "Humans not only survive and solve problems, but they do so with empathy. Few species possess this balance." Hours turned into a full Earth day, and finally the humans completed the 3 trials. Exhausted but triumphant, they gathered together in the chamber. Elena spoke, her voice steady despite fatigue. "Your Majesty, we have done our best to satisfy your tests. We have shown ingenuity, bravery, and compassion. We ask for your judgment." The Queen's smile widened, faint but undeniable. "Remarkable humans. Few species would even attempt all three tests, and fewer would succeed. You demonstrate qualities I had not fully anticipated. Curiosity, courage, empathy. These are the traits that make humans extraordinary." The crew exchanged astonished glances. Respect from the alien queen herself was almost unimaginable. For centuries, her empire had considered humans primitive, unworthy of serious notice, and yet here they were, earning admiration through skill, intelligence, and heart. A soft chime echoed through the chamber. The queen's voice filled the room once more. "But this is not the end. There is a final test, one that will require everything you have learned. It is a challenge of leadership, teamwork, and quick thinking. You will face danger beyond simulation and puzzle. You will encounter situations where your choices may determine the survival of both humans and aliens alike." Elena felt a thrill run through her body. "We are ready," she said firmly. "Whatever the test, we will face it together." The Queen inclined her head. "Very well, Captain Elena Voss, follow the path ahead. Your final trial begins now." The crew moved forward, entering a chamber that opened into a massive observation deck. Through the transparent walls, they saw an asteroid field, dense with rocks and glowing energy streams. At the center of this treacherous zone floated a rare cosmic artifact, pulsating with a light that seemed alive. "The artifact must be retrieved," the Queen explained. "It is heavily guarded by both natural and artificial dangers. Succeed and you will demonstrate that humans are worthy of respect across the stars. Fail, and your presence here will become permanent." The humans stared at the artifact, their minds racing. The challenge was unlike any before. It was no longer about puzzles or simulations. This was real danger. One wrong move and the asteroid field could crush their ship. Yet Elena felt a spark of confidence. Humans were inventive, adaptable, and resilient. They had faced the unknown before, and they would do so again. Lieutenant Arjun began calculating a safe trajectory through the moving rocks. Lila analyzed the energy patterns, searching for gaps in the protective fields. Mikhail and the engineering team checked the ship's systems, ensuring every mechanism was ready for sudden maneuvers. Elena looked at her crew, pride and determination in her eyes. "We've come this far," she said. "Every trial has tested us. This one will test our unity, our courage, and our mind. But we will succeed. Humanity is not just survivors, we are problem solvers. And we never give up." As the Odyssey moved toward the asteroid field, the Queen's gaze followed them. Her curiosity was now more than interest, it was anticipation. Could these humans truly overcome the final trial? Could they survive where so many others might fail? The humans didn't know what awaited them, but one thing was certain. They would face the challenge together. Ingenuity, bravery, and compassion had brought them this far, and those qualities would guide them through the dangers ahead. In that moment, humanity's true strength was clear. Not advanced technology alone, not sheer force, but the combination of mind, heart, and spirit. The crew of the Odyssey was about to show the alien queen, and perhaps the entire galaxy, just how extraordinary humans could be. The Odyssey drifted at the edge of the asteroid field, the massive rocks spinning and colliding in unpredictable patterns. The cosmic artifact glowed at its center, casting shimmering light across the hull of the ship. Captain Elena Voss stood on the bridge, her hands gripping the console. Every member of her crew felt the tension in the air, but also a shared determination. They had passed the first trials, ingenuity, bravery, and compassion. But this was different. This was real danger. Lieutenant Arjun Mehta's fingers flew across the navigation controls. "Captain, the energy streams around the asteroids are unstable. One wrong move and we could be crushed, or worse, ripped apart by the fields." Elena nodded. "We've faced danger before. Together, we can get through this. Remember, everyone's role is critical. Trust each other and trust your instincts." Engineer Mikhail Kwan monitored the ship's systems, checking for any weakness. All engines optimal. Shields at maximum. Weapons ready, just in case. But this is not about fighting. It's about precision and teamwork. Lila Torres, analyzing the glowing streams, pointed to a gap in the asteroid field. There's a small corridor between the larger rocks. It's narrow, but if we time it correctly, we can reach the artifact. Elena took a deep breath. "Set the course, Lieutenant. Everyone brace for turbulence. And stay alert. This is only the beginning." The ship surged forward, weaving carefully through the spinning asteroids. Every movement required perfect timing. The smallest miscalculation could send the ship crashing into a rock. The crew worked together, calling out adjustments, checking instruments, and guiding the ship with steady hands. Suddenly, a rock shifted unexpectedly, blocking their path. The artifact glowed brighter as if warning them. "Adjust course," Elena shouted. "Arjun, divert left. Mikhail, boost shields on the starboard side." The crew moved quickly, executing the commands with skill and precision. The ship twisted, tilted, and barely cleared the obstacle. Hearts pounded, but no one faltered. As they advanced, the asteroid field grew denser. Some rocks were massive, moving slowly but with enormous force. Others spun violently, small but deadly. And through it all, the glowing energy streams crackled with unpredictable intensity. Lila pointed at the artifact. "We're close, but the final approach is the trickiest part. The rocks are converging and the energy streams are at their peak." Elena's eyes narrowed. "We've trained for this. Remember what humans are capable of. Ingenuity, bravery, compassion. Ingenuity will guide us through this maze. Bravery will keep us moving. And compassion, well, that keeps us working together as a team. Ready, everyone?" The crew responded with unified determination. They were exhausted from the previous trials, but nothing could shake their resolve. Humanity had survived worse challenges, and they were about to prove it again. The Odyssey dove deeper into the field. The first challenge was a series of fast-moving rocks. Elena calculated the timing, then shouted, "Now! Full throttle, slightly starboard." The ship shifted, narrowly avoiding collision, shields sparking but holding strong. Mikhail monitored the engines. "We can take one more burst, but we need perfect coordination for the last section." Arjun's hands moved over the controls like lightning. Trajectory set for the gap between the largest rocks. "Timing is critical. 3, 2, 1. Execute!" The ship surged forward, dodging spinning boulders and pulsing energy streams. Sparks flew across the hull as the shields absorbed minor impacts. Finally, they reached the artifact. It hovered, suspended in a field of glowing energy, almost alive in its movement. Elena turned to the crew. "We need to retrieve it. Mikhail, prepare the extraction beam. Lila, monitor energy patterns. Arjun, keep the ship steady." The team moved like a well-oiled machine. The extraction beam activated, reaching toward the artifact. The moment it touched the glowing object, the field around it reacted violently. Energy arcs shot toward the ship, threatening to destabilize it. "Hold steady," Elena shouted. "All power to shields. Do not let it escape." The crew adjusted in perfect synchronization. Shields pulsed, engines roared, and the beam locked onto the artifact. Slowly, it lifted from the energy field, secured in the ship's containment unit. "Artifact secured," Mikhail announced, relief in his voice. "But the field is collapsing. We need to exit fast." Arjun's fingers flew across the controls. "Plotting a new path through the densest rocks. Hold on." The ship twisted, dodged, and spiraled through the collapsing field. Every member of the crew held their breath. A sudden collision with a spinning asteroid sent the ship rocking. But Elena's calm commands and the crew's coordinated response kept them safe. Finally, the Odyssey emerged from the asteroid field, the artifact secure and the danger behind them. The crew cheered quietly, though exhaustion and relief were etched into every face. Elena took a deep breath, turning to her crew. "We did it. We faced impossible odds and we succeeded. Humanity has shown ingenuity, bravery, and teamwork beyond measure." Mikhail smiled. "And compassion, too. Without our trust in each other, none of this would have worked." Lila added, "We didn't just survive the asteroid field. We thrived, as humans always do." The Queen's voice filled the bridge. "Remarkable humans. You have faced the ultimate test and succeeded where many species would fail. Ingenuity guided you, bravery protected you, and your compassion strengthened your unity. You have satisfied my curiosity in ways I did not expect." The crew bowed slightly, humbled and proud. Respect from the alien queen was an honor beyond words. For centuries, her empire had looked down on humanity, and yet here they were, triumphant. Elena stepped forward. "Your Majesty, we have done our best. Our crew worked together, trusted each other, and showed that humans can face danger with courage and intelligence. We are honored to have earned your respect." The Queen's eyes glowed softly. "Your success is proof that humans are extraordinary. Few species can combine thought, courage, and heart in such harmony. You are a worthy." A soft chime echoed across the ship. The Queen continued, "As a reward for your success, you will be granted status as honored guests within my empire. You may explore, learn, and represent your species. Your place in the galaxy is now recognized. But remember, your journey is only beginning. Greater challenges await, and your qualities will be needed again." Elena turned to her crew, pride shining in her eyes. "We've proven ourselves once, but this is just the start. Humanity has a place in this galaxy, and we will continue to show what we are capable of." The crew looked around, excitement replacing exhaustion. They had faced dangers beyond imagination and had emerged victorious. They had shown the alien queen and the galaxy that humans were clever, brave, and compassionate. As the Odyssey sailed back toward the Queen's Hall, the crew reflected on their journey. They had solved alien puzzles, navigated deadly simulations, and faced real cosmic danger. Through it all, they had relied on each other, their ingenuity, and the qualities that made them human. Mikhail said quietly, "I never imagined humans could do this. Not just survive, but excel in a challenge designed to defeat us." Elena smiled. "That's who we are. Humans adapt, humans persevere, and humans never give up." The Queen's chamber awaited them, but the humans were no longer intimidated. They had proven themselves, and their confidence radiated. The artifact was secure, their teamwork stronger than ever, and their courage unquestioned. Humanity had not only survived the ultimate test, they had triumphed. And as they entered the Hall of the Queen once more, the crew knew one thing for certain. Humans were not just explorers, not just survivors, they were remarkable. Their ingenuity, bravery, and compassion had earned them a place among the stars. The Queen's gaze met Elena's. "Humans, you have exceeded all expectations. You may leave this chamber knowing that your species is respected, and that your qualities are rare in the universe. But your story is far from over. Greater adventures and greater challenges await." Elena nodded, her heart swelling with pride. "We are ready, Your Majesty. Whatever comes next, humanity will face it together." The crew of the Odyssey had passed the ultimate test. They had faced danger, solved impossible problems, and acted with courage and heart. Humanity had triumphed, not because of superior technology, but because of the qualities that made them human. Ingenuity, bravery, compassion, these had carried them through every trial, and they would continue to guide them on the adventures ahead. The stars stretched endlessly before them, a galaxy filled with mysteries and opportunities, and the humans of the Odyssey were ready to explore, to learn, and to prove that in every corner of the universe, humanity was a force to be reckoned with. The Hall of the Alien Queen glimmered like a galaxy trapped in crystal. Captain Elena Voss and her crew walked through the enormous chamber, their steps echoing against the smooth, shining floors. The artifact they had retrieved rested securely in the ship's containment unit, glowing softly with energy, a testament to their success. For the first time, they were not anxious. They were proud. Queen Aerolith appeared before them, her presence commanding yet calm. Her eyes glowed faintly, a mix of curiosity and respect. "Humans," she said, her voice resonating through the hall. "You have faced challenges that would have destroyed lesser species. You have demonstrated ingenuity, bravery, and compassion. You have earned my respect." The crew bowed slightly, their relief mingled with pride. They had passed the ultimate test, navigated dangers, solved puzzles, and guided alien societies with care. But now, recognition from the Queen meant more than survival. It meant acknowledgement of humanity's value in the galaxy. Elena stepped forward. "Your Majesty, it was our honor. We faced your trials with the skills and spirit humanity is proud of. We hope that our actions show that humans are more than explorers. We are thinkers, protectors, and friends to those who need help." The Queen regarded her for a moment, her expression thoughtful. "You have exceeded expectations. Your species is rare. Few combine logic, courage, and empathy as you have. I hereby grant you the status of honored guests in my empire. You may travel freely, learn from us, and represent your species in all matters of diplomacy and exploration." The crew exchanged astonished glances. Honored guests, their species, once considered insignificant by the Erythian Empire, was now recognized for its value, its strength, and its spirit. "But," the Queen continued, "honor is not only a title, it carries responsibility. With knowledge and influence comes duty. You will be ambassadors, mediators, and problem solvers. The galaxy is vast, and many species will test you. You must be ready to demonstrate the qualities that brought you here. Ingenuity, bravery, and compassion again and again. Elena nodded. We understand, Your Majesty. Humanity is ready to face whatever challenges come. We will represent our species with honor and integrity. The Queen's glowing eyes softened. I trust you will. You have shown that humans are capable of greatness. Others will now take notice. You may inspire, teach, and guide where wisdom is needed. Remember this day, for it marks the beginning of your influence among the stars. The crew felt a surge of pride. They had come seeking knowledge and perhaps adventure, but they had earned far more. Humanity's place in the galaxy was no longer in question. They were respected, admired, and trusted. After the formal recognition, the Queen granted them access to the central library of her empire. Towering shelves of knowledge floated in zero gravity, containing records of alien civilizations, histories of exploration, and advanced technologies. The crew's eyes widened. Here was knowledge humanity could never have imagined, now open to them. This is incredible, whispered Lila Torres, her voice filled with wonder. We could learn so much from this place. Elena smiled. And that's just the beginning. Knowledge is valuable, but what we learned during the trials is even more important. Ingenuity, bravery, compassion, those are qualities that no book can teach. We have proven we have them, and now the galaxy knows it too. Mikhail Kwan approached the artifact. It's still glowing. I wonder what it can teach us. Energy patterns like this might help humanity understand new propulsion systems, or even ways to protect planets from cosmic hazards. Elena nodded. Every challenge we face is an opportunity. The artifact, the knowledge here, and the trust we've earned are tools to help humanity expand, explore, and connect with others. The Queen's voice interrupted their thoughts. I have seen what humans can achieve under pressure, but I also see potential for more. You have shown courage in danger, creativity in puzzles, and empathy in diplomacy. These qualities will be tested again, in ways that I cannot yet predict. But I believe you are ready. Arjun Mehta, looking at the Queen, asked, Your Majesty, will we have guidance in these future challenges, or must we rely solely on our experience? Both, the Queen replied. You will learn from my empire, but you will also make decisions independently. Humans have proven they can adapt, think critically, and act with honor. That balance will serve you well. The galaxy is full of challenges, and humans are capable of more than any species expects. The crew spent the next days exploring the station, learning alien customs, technologies, and histories. They met other species, listened to stories, and shared human experiences. Everywhere they went, they were greeted with respect, a sharp contrast to the caution or dismissal they had once faced in previous encounters with alien civilizations. Elena found a quiet moment on a balcony overlooking the vast expanse of space. The stars stretched endlessly, and she felt the weight of responsibility. Humanity had earned respect, but with it came expectations. She knew this recognition was not just a reward, it was a call to action. We've come a long way, she said softly to herself. From Earth to the stars, from explorers to ambassadors. But the journey has only begun. We have the chance to show the universe what humans can do. Her crew joined her silently. Each of them had faced danger, fear, and uncertainty. Yet here they were, stronger, wiser, and more confident. Humanity had proven itself capable of extraordinary feats, and their unity had been their greatest strength. The Queen appeared beside them, silently observing the stars. Humans, she said, your species is remarkable. I have witnessed trials that would break most others. And yet you succeeded, not by relying solely on technology, but by using your mind, your heart, and your spirit. Remember these qualities. They will serve you well in the galaxy ahead. Elena bowed her head. We will remember, Your Majesty. And we will continue to demonstrate what humans can achieve. The Queen nodded. Good. The galaxy will watch you, and many will underestimate you. But underestimate humans at your own peril. You have shown that intelligence, courage, and compassion are forces to be reckoned with. With that, she gestured, and the Odyssey's crew was escorted to a launch bay. The station's docking gates opened, revealing the stars and the vast expanse of space beyond. The artifact, now safely secured, pulsed gently as if acknowledging their accomplishment. As the humans prepared to depart, Elena addressed her crew. We've earned respect, yes, but we've also earned responsibility. Humanity's place in the galaxy is no longer just as explorers. We are ambassadors, problem solvers, and examples of what humans can achieve. Let's make sure we live up to it. The crew nodded, their faces reflecting determination and pride. Every member had grown through the trials, proving their ingenuity, bravery, and compassion. They were no longer just a group of explorers. They were representatives of all humanity. As the Odyssey left the Queen's station, Elena looked back at the massive structure. "We will return someday," she said. "Not just to learn, but to contribute, to protect, and to show that humans are a species worth knowing." Arjun smiled. "The galaxy won't forget this, Captain, and neither will we." Lila added, "We've proven ourselves, but I think we've only scratched the surface of what humans can do." Mikhail nodded. "Agreed. There's so much more to explore, to learn, and to achieve. The universe is full of challenges, and we're ready for them." Elena placed a hand on the control panel. "Then let's go. Humanity has a place in the stars, and we're just getting started. Ingenuity, bravery, and compassion, that's what will guide us, now and always." The Odyssey accelerated into the infinite reaches of space, leaving behind the Queen's station but carrying with it the pride, honor, and knowledge that would define humanity's future. They had passed trials meant to test the limits of their species and emerged victorious. They had shown the universe that humans were clever, brave, and compassionate, and that their potential was limitless. Above them, the stars sparkled like distant witnesses to humanity's triumph. And ahead of them, countless worlds awaited, full of mysteries, challenges, and opportunities. The humans of the Odyssey were ready. They had earned respect, gained knowledge, and proven that no matter the challenge, humanity could rise to it. The alien queen had seen what humans were capable of. And now, the galaxy would too. As the stars stretched endlessly before them, the crew of the Odyssey felt a shared certainty. Humanity had arrived among the stars, and their story was only beginning.